Alright, there it is, the recipe for stuffing. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. We're going to make some really lovely stuffing, and I'm not ashamed to admit I'm using a packet stuffing mixture there. Sage and onion, well-known brand called Paxo. Paxo, if you want to sponsor this video, you can get in touch if you like. Following the instructions on the packet, adding boiling water to it, stirring that around, and there you go, stuffing video ready. Thank you for watching. No, it's okay. That's just the base, that's why I'm not ashamed to use it. I'm going to add it up, I'm going to zhuzh this thing with some really nice other ingredients, and some of them are going to be very Christmassy to make you feel all festive. Onion, very important. So the basis of any stuffing should consist of bread, onion and herbs. Okay, get that nicely chopped up. There's a tiny little bit of oil in the pan and some butter there. Once those go in, turn the heat down, let that simmer, let those sweat gently for about 5 minutes or so. We're not looking to brown them and saute them, just get them cooked. And the whole time we're doing this, the stuffing mixture is cooling down and obviously firming up, because the dry bread is going to soak up all that water. So stuffing, what is it? It originates, I think it's a French dish, and they would call it a farce, sort of relating to a comic play of no real content, just sort of fooling around. And what they're trying to suggest there is that the stuffing is padding for without much content, because perhaps you haven't got much meat to go around and you want everyone to fill up on stuffing. A little bit like how Yorkshire puddings are served to fill everyone up before they eat their meat. But we all know that stuffing's the star of the show, don't we? As long as you do it like this. So, the onions have now gone in. That's cooling down enough to get the sausage meat in. The very well-known, bargain basement supermarket that I went into to get some of this stuff didn't have sausage meat. They had, a car jack, some waders and a fishing rod, but they didn't have sausage meat. So some plain old pork sausage eights, skins removed, will do the trick. I think we have to have sage in this one, so fresh sage leaves, just get rid of the stalks, give them a slice up nice and small. Rosemary, thyme, parsley, chives, whatever you want really. And of course I'm using chestnuts in this, and apple, you see me doing here, but you can put dried fruit in there, cranberries. It's a license really to put what you fancy in there. And if you're at all worried while you're making this, say like you're putting wet ingredients in like apple and it feels like it's a bit soft at the end and it might not be firm enough, you can always add some more breadcrumbs to it. There's no real right or wrong way of doing it. It's very forgiving, this. So there we go, I've mixed in the sausage meat, the apple. I didn't chop the chestnuts because I sort of wanted them to have chunky pieces in there, so I'm sort of just squishing some of them, leaving some of them whole with my fingers. Happy with that, just get those nicely incorporated. Seasoning, obviously, so have a little taste. If you don't want to taste it raw, obviously you don't. Heat your frying pan up, cook a tiny little teaspoonful, taste it. If it tastes nice and seasoned, then it's nice and seasoned. That's good to go. I think everyone's familiar with this way of presenting your stuffing. So you take a nice oven dish, you put your stuffing in, you don't smooth it too much. You sort of want to have some little peaks and troughs. Those are the parts that will go super crispy in the oven later. So this is another way of doing it. I grease a piece of baking parchment with some plain old olive oil there, and I'm going to form this sausage meat into a nice cylinder, a big log, the Yule log if you like. Using damp hands it just helps. It stops it sticking to you. You can form that into the shape that you want. And then we're going to get this wrapped up in aluminium foil. Oh, thank you very much, autofocus. Now you come back. So yes, aluminium. Repeat after me, Americans. Aluminium. It's not hard. Anyway, I'm going to use 2 layers of tin foil to protect this stuffing from burning, and also just in case some of it wants to escape and expand while it's cooking. I'm going to form that reasonably tight, give it a squeeze at the ends, and sort of rotate alternately at either end, sort of form it into, what do you call that, nice Christmas cracker. And here's for that other layer of aluminium foil. Please don't unsubscribe, American viewers, just playing. And that is ready to go in the oven. You can do that a day or two in advance as well. This will save you an awful lot of grief on Christmas Day, or whichever day your guests are coming over. I like to add a little bit of garnish to the top of my stuffing, so I've put some olive oil and sage leaves in there, but also, you know, have you got a few more cranberries in there, perhaps chestnuts, sort of poke them in on the top, be wonderful. So that one went into a hot oven as it was that way. Just make sure it's over 70-75 degrees and you're fine. You pop that down on the table, I reckon people are going to be going for that more than they would do even for the amazing roast potatoes that you saw in my last video. And if you didn't, obviously as soon as you finish this video, go and check it out. And there we go, that bit at the top there, that little knob, that crispy chewy bit, that's the bit I want. Oh, look at it, yum. Alright, so this one was cooked as well. I probed it and I popped that in the fridge, and this is the next day. So let's unravel this. If you try to carve this while it's hot, it's just going to fall up and break into pieces. So that is why this is a good technique to use. And don't try to cut this too thin. I would say that's at least an inch. That'll be just about right. Slice it all up, put it on a tray, and then get it nice and crispy in the oven again. So there you go. I hope that's useful. I hope you find that as time-saving technique, and people can go, wow, your stuffing's really cool, especially if you put it on a board with some herbs like that. Anyway, that's it really. This video's over. The 2 different ways to present your stuffing. And thank you ever so much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons again. If you just found me, hello, would you mind pressing that subscribe button? That'd be very helpful. Anyway, and I'll see you in the next video coming really soon. Another Christmassy one, I'm promising you. Bye.